If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 16 of the Derby Current Life, and to start off this episode, we're currently in the January transfer window. In real life, there's about 10 minutes to go in the real transfer window, so hopefully something does happen for Derby County today and we can make a realistic signing. In the previous episode, we made a couple of signings. One that I was hoping was actually going to happen, which is Harry Wilson. Unfortunately, he has gone to Cardiff City on loan, which is a very good move for him. I think Cardiff City do work a lot of set pieces, so I think him on the free kicks and corners, he's going to get a lot of assists this season, so makes a lot of sense. And obviously Cardiff finished 6th in the Championship in the playoffs, whereas Derby finished about 10th. So yeah, we do have a number of wingers as well, so I do understand why he's gone to Cardiff, but it would have been nice for him to come back to Derby. But nevertheless, we did also make the signing of Ben Foster, really good goalkeeper. Obviously a short-term option just because he is 37. Until now, in the end of the season, he should do a decent job. Hopefully he doesn't go down in stats. That's the only worry, since he is over 35, of course. And now the next thing we need to discuss is Jack Marriott, because he has actually gone on loan to Sheffield Wednesday. So I did put a poll on Twitter asking you guys, what should I do? Should I loan him out and make it realistic, or should I keep him? And I think it was about a 70% answer of yes, we should loan him out. So that's what we'll do to kick off this episode. It's something I don't want to do, but at the same time it does help us in one department. As you can see, he is the top goal scorer at the club with 17 goals, same as Liam Delap, which is a massive shame, of course. 13 goals, 8 assists in 15 championship games. Really good return on his goal-to-game contribution. But I think what it will do, by loaning Marriott, it will give the option to play players such as Duncan, Ida, maybe even Hector Ingram a bit more, because he's only played one game this season in the Carabao Cup. Players such as Ida and Duncan, they're not going to get as much football if Marriott's at the club, but if we can loan him out, it does mean that the younger players will get more opportunities, and it means they'll grow more for next season, so that's one benefit. So let's go into our first game of the episode against Bristol City, a very tough opposition. They've had a very good transfer window in real life. They're currently in 9th. Obviously, we're looking to close that gap between us and Norwich City, so let's go into the game against Bristol and hopefully kick off this episode with a win. Here we are then at home for the debut of Ben Foster and Harry Wilson at cam. I think this is probably the best thing we can do in terms of the lineup. Obviously, with no Jack Marriott, it just means Ida and Bobby Duncan and Hector Ingram can potentially get some more first-team football. And obviously, Rooney can always go striker, plus Lawrence, plus... I could even maybe go Wilson up front, maybe just about. It's not exactly ideal. But I think at that cam position, it suits him the best. And then Jordan Ibe on the right, Joswiak on the left, and then Roden, of course, in that defence coming in this window. We've made a number of signings this transfer window. Obviously, Adam Ida as well on the bench to potentially come on. So, looking at the Bristol City team, they do have the 5-3-2 formation, Josh Da Silva and Hunt at the fullback positions, then Mawson, Callas and Nathan Baker as a back three. David Bentley in goal, Williams and Masengo in the centre mid slot, then Casey Palmer, who's actually just gone on loan, literally as I'm speaking, to Swansea City, Deju and Naki Wells up top.
Tom Lawrence.
Chance here for Delap to get in behind with the shot and into the back of the net. We do make it 1-0 there in the first 10 minutes. And one thing I forgot to mention, they've done an update on FIFA which makes competitor mode a little bit harder now, so it's going to be interesting to see how we do in this episode in terms of difficulty. A really good through ball from Tom Lawrence. I didn't quite expect it. I thought Mawson would have intercepted it, but Liam Delap with the goal to make it 1-0 early on. Mawson with the ball here. It does feel like Jack Marriott in a way, like the Starlers movement, but here's Lawrence with the shot, but blocked by Baker the defender. Ball into Delap, lays it off for Wilson. Obviously he's got a very good long shot on him, but opportunity hasn't arisen. But now for Delap with the shot and into the back of the net to make it 2-0 in the 35th minute of the match. And I think making Marriott leave the club, it just gives the opportunity for Bobby Duncan in particular to play more football, because obviously he's got a very good potential. But I've only managed to play about 10 games with Duncan so far, so definitely want to increase that game time, and I think the only real way of doing it is letting Marriott go out on loan, and we can always reassess if Marriott, when he does come back next season, obviously, will he play a role?
Naki Wells. Williams. Famara Diédhiou.
Chance here wide for Joswiak if he's got the pace to break through. I do keep checking Twitter just to see if any signings have come through. But now to slip it across the face of goal into the lap and make it 3-0. And to get his hat-trick for the club. I think it's his second, maybe even third hat-trick for the club. He's definitely got one against Stoke City, but I'm not too sure if he's got another one somewhere. But yeah, really good to see Liam Delap on the score sheet. And it kind of reiterates how we don't really need Marriott. Like, Marriott's very good, of course, but I think we have many other options, such as Liam Delap, and obviously Tom Lawrence is doing well up front as well. Chance here on the edge with Masengo, slips it into Naki Wells with the shot and with the goal. Do make it 3-1 then in the 65th minute, and we do need to be cautious, of course, because a number of times we've been in the lead and conceded 2 goals late on and pretty much given it up. I don't know, I think I just slightly out of position with Roden, who I think has just moved to Spurs for 15 million. So there's a nice little transfer. Obviously, we've brought him in this career mode, but he will be moving to Spurs on a future database. Andy Vyman off the bench now, obviously a former Derby player. Be interested to see how he does. Into Sibley, slips it through for Liam Delap, who does go around the defender quite nicely. Just going to lay it off for Ida to get a goal and make it 4-1 just to confirm the game. I could have maybe got 4 goals for Delap, but I thought let's get Ida a goal and hopefully get his rating up with a few good performances, of course. I probably wouldn't even have scored if I did shoot with Delap, but yeah, we do make it 4-1. I'm just keeping my eye out on Twitter just to see if Derby do announce any signings. There we go, full time against Bristol City. Liam Delap with a wonderful hat-trick, and yeah, kind of just proves my point that we don't really need Jack Marriott on our day. We can pretty much beat anyone. 3 goals for Delap and a nice goal for Adam Ida off the bench, so hopefully we can get some offers in for Jack Marriott, and it'd be kind of nice to get like a fee for loaning out players, especially when, you know, the top goal scorer at the club. But obviously we're just going to have to take wages and see what we can do. A few scout reports here for Andy Vyman, Lukas Jukovic and Eric Garcia. Obviously this goalkeeper that somebody did suggest is worth 31 million, 79 rated. Very good stats indeed, but unfortunately at the minute won't be able to sign him. Potentially someone to replace Foster next season, but I don't know if I want to be really spending 30 million on a goalkeeper, of course. Eric Garcia, I'm not too sure if he's expiring his contract, but it's still worth 6 million, obviously quite a bit for a centre-back. Then we got Andy Vyman. I just thought I'd scout him just to see what he looked like. Obviously a very good championship striker. Same with Lukas Jukovic. I wouldn't mind Lukas Jukovic at Derby because he does really well at Birmingham, and he wouldn't cost us too much. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shame. It looks like Derby haven't signed anyone, so I'm not too sure what we're going to do. We do have an offer here from FC Porto for Wayne Rooney, but we'll be rejecting that, of course, because he is one of our predominant players. Loan offer for Tabucci, which I am very interested in loaning him out. It is a loan to buy. I don't know if I want to do a loan to buy, because I'd rather just get him up in stats, because we might need him for objectives, of course. So we're all going to negotiate. I think you have to do that anyway, regardless. So I will propose, I don't know, do I accept? They might not even accept that. They might even do the option to buy. And why is my manager? I think there's a glitch. I did the patch yesterday, and it's glitched the game and given us this bold manager. Like, that's not me. I've not done that. So that's not great, is it? So we can always recall him on loan, I think. So we'll accept the 2-year loan length. They're paying a lot of his wages, but I kind of want to pretty much get it to an 80% just because it is only 400. They've gone 70-30, so I'll accept that, and then we'll go into the transfer fee. So they're wanting 900,000, but he is worth, I think, about 800,000 already. So I think something around the 1.5 million mark obviously does have a good potential, but I just don't think I have the time for a 60 rated player. But unfortunately, the extra $500,000 isn't what they're looking for. So yeah, it looks like Derby aren't signing anyone. They've tweeted after the 5 PM deadline and nothing's happened. So I guess this is the squad that we're going to have to work with. I was kind of hoping for something, but I guess we're just relying on Bobby Duncan, Hector Ingram, Martin Waghorn and Colin Kazim-Richards, who unfortunately, the only way I can get him into the database is after EA put him into the database, because at the minute he's not in the game. So if I just go over to the transfer market and try and sign him, he's not there, and it's kind of a shame because it means I don't know how we're going to be able to play with him. The only way I can think of doing it, as you can see, he's just not there. Even if I put in Kazim, he's also not there. So yeah, he's not in the game, and the only way to do it would be to restart the career mode, put him in, get us back up to, what, 30 games played with 59 points, and make it as realistic as possible. Obviously, I'd make all the signings that we've made in this career mode, but it's a bit of a... The problem is with Colin Kazim-Richards is he's 34, and the number of strikers we've got at the club anyway, because of the signings I've made of Delap and Ida, I don't know if I 100% need Colin Kazim-Richards. I might do it for next season, if anything. If I'm going to bring him in, I might bring him in for next season, but he's only on a 1-year contract in real life, so he wouldn't technically be here next season. So I'm a little bit... I'm not 100% sure what to do with Colin Kazim-Richards, but for the time being, I think we've got enough strikers. Obviously, we're looking to move Marriott out. We've still got... I think we'll move Whittaker to a striker. We've got Bobby Duncan, Hector Ingram, and Wayne Rooney, if need be. So I think in terms of this career mode, I would have liked somebody to come in that is actually on the game, but I just don't think it's going to be feasible at this time. So yeah, next game is against Birmingham City. We are currently on 59 points. 8 points now off the top 2. That's what we need to do. We just need to keep on winning, and eventually we'll get into those areas. Obviously we can still get promoted through the playoffs, but you never know what might happen. But yeah, Birmingham City in 14th with 38 points, so it should technically be a good easy win for us, but you never know. Bit of player growth then to Christian Bielik. He has gone to a 75 rated player, Roden to a 71, Jason Knight to a 71 as well. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's anyone else. I think Cabango was already a 63, wasn't he? But yeah, Jozasun has also gone on loan to Rotherham, but I can't do anything because he's already signed a pre-contract on the game. So we'll just leave him in the reserves until the end of the season, because more than likely he's going to go anyway. But yeah, we do need to look to kind of thin the squad. I've actually transfer listed Mike Tuareg, so if we do get an offer in, I wouldn't mind doing it. Same with Curtis Davis, just to move on at least one centre-back. I've also loan listed Lee Buchanan and Jordan Brown, just to see if any clubs are interested. Just because we need to thin the squad, because there's not too many games left of the season now, only 16 to go, and Birmingham City to start off that run. Here we are then against Birmingham City. I think Ben Foster did play for Birmingham quite a time ago, of course, but yeah, we've gone for the same lineup as we did against Bristol City because it did work really, really well. Neil Etheridge in goal, really good goalkeeper. Friend, Pedersen, Fofana and Colin in the defence, with Sunjic and San Jose holding, then Bella and Sanchez out wide, John Terrell and Lukas Jutkovic, who we were just looking at up front. I think it would have been a nice signing for Derby to make, but obviously probably haven't inquired really, and he is very important for Birmingham. Up on the ball, he is really, really good now, like in terms of holding up the ball. When he first joined the club, he wasn't that physical, but now his stats have gone up. It's a little bit more usable. But yeah, we have given the number 9 shirt to Harry Wilson, just because it looks like we're not going to be signing a number 9. As you can see, we do have the worst defence in the league, but obviously we have got Ben Foster in now, so hopefully we can start to keep some clean sheets. We only conceded 1 goal in the previous game, but yeah, just trying to keep that goal tally down would be nice. Lawrence on the edge here into Liam Delap, really good ball through, and is very similar to the goal against Bristol City. Lawrence and Delap linking up nicely, and we do get the goal to make it 1-0 there in the first 15 minutes, and again Liam Delap the scorer. Obviously we haven't had an offer yet for Jack Marriott, but something might come in on deadline day. If we don't loan him out on the game, I think we will continue to play him because he's brilliant. But if nothing does come in if he does move out on loan, then that'll just keep the career mode a little bit more realistic. Wilson on the ball here, slips it through for Tom Lawrence, going to pull it back to Harry Wilson with the long shot, but saved by the goalkeeper. Very good indeed. Lawrence here slips it into Delap, a lot of space to run into. Can he make it 2-0 with the shot, but saved by Neil Etheridge. Hasn't got the best of long shots on him, Delap. That might be something I can look at in development, but yeah, it was a decent shot, but kind of easy height for the goalkeeper to save. Put into Wilson on the edge with the long shot, but saved by Etheridge. He has made a number of good saves, and I think he did in the previous fixture. Last time we played Birmingham at home, so it's interesting how good he is. Wilson on the edge of the box here. A little bit of space for him to run into. Can he get the shot off now, though? Just wide of the post. He's not... I don't know. I don't know if he quite works in this formation. I might need to go back to the original formation where we had the one striker and then the two kind of centre forwards just peeling off the man. So yeah, it's not quite worked out at the minute, but obviously it's early days for him still. I think we'll probably even get Rooney on. I think we haven't played him in a last game anyway, at least. And then Adam Idor up top. And with the ball here, obviously with very good pace, can just move through the lines quite quickly. Cross here for Bird. It's kind of a bit of a kit clash. I can't, because of the Birmingham having white arms, it's a little bit tricky at times with the low sun. Rooney into Knight, cross to Byrne with the shot. Maybe shouldn't shoot first time with Nathan Byrne because is of course a right back, so it's not his speciality. Transfer in the box for Birmingham. Now across to... Oh, and it's gone to the near post. Like, this game is so triggering when you're trying to defend against the computer. At times like these, it's just super difficult to get the ball. I moved Foster across as well, as you can see if I just watch the keeper movement. I moved him to the left and then he went near post. And Sanchez does make it 1-1 there. I do like how difficult it is though, because it does make it much more realistic. And of course Ida doesn't have 5-star skills yet, so shouldn't really be trying those. Slap on the ball here. It's quite a deep defensive line from Birmingham. I think the computer, one of the updates with the computer is that they just don't concede as many goals from getting in behind on the counter. Birmingham on the edge here. Just about gone through here with Lukas Jukovic with the shot and with the goal. This game, Lukas Jukovic gets the winner in the final minute to get the 3 points. Like, we really struggled this game at creating chances because the computer has been updated now. Like against Bristol City, really easy, but in this game in particular, I don't know. We never really had any opportunities because the defensive side of the computer is so much stronger now. And there we go, full time against Birmingham City. It is another loss for us, and we're up to 10 losses now this season, which isn't phenomenal. And if we're going to narrow that gap between us and the top two, you got to be winning games like these. Liam Delap did get the goal, of course, but I don't know. Harry Wilson at camp didn't quite provide as much as I was hoping, and I'm not 100% sure how to get him more involved. I think he doesn't. I don't know. He has okay pace, but I don't think he has quite enough to play in the right mid slot. Yeah, as you can see now, if you looked at the negotiations we did for who was it? Tamucci, was it? My manager was just completely different, so I assume that just ruined that side of it. But yeah, Ben Foster conceding 2 goals in that game isn't exactly great, and we are into transfer deadline day now, and it's just not been a great day for being a Derby fan. You know, we've not made any signings. Jack Marriott's gone on loan somewhere for some reason. But yeah, we haven't spent too much this window. We've only spent 1.8 million. Obviously, a lot of swap deals in there with Roos, Waghorn, and Forsyth. Obviously, Jozasoon is going to be moving out to I think it was the Dutch league. I think it was Utrecht. But yeah, let's go advance through deadline day now. So just in case Derby do make a signing, maybe before the Watford game, maybe they're saving it just to get us all hyped up, but I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see if that is it for signings. Obviously, we can still bring in free agents. I think Danny Welbeck and Jason Knight, not Jason Knight, Danny Welbeck and Daniel Sturridge both available on the free agent market, but we are going to reject this offer from Porto for Jason Knight because he is just a terrific central midfielder. No offers yet for Jack Marriott, and with 3 hours to go, it's looking very unlikely that he is going to be moving. So a little bit of a shame we couldn't move him on, but I don't think I could do much about it. He definitely is loan listed, isn't he? I've not messed up and forgot to do it again. This sort feature still not working. Yeah, it is loan listed, so I don't know. I guess he's not moving anywhere because we've only got 2 hours left of the window. And there we go. Transfer deadline day has wrapped up. I don't know if we got a message on the last hour, but I don't think it would have worked anyway. And there you go. The classic end of the transfer window. I don't know why it does this. It's a massive thing that EA need to address. Like every time you leave a transfer window, the game will just go, let's just give him an injury. But yeah, unfortunately, Derby haven't signed anyone in real life, and therefore we've not signed anyone on the career mode because technically we've oversigned with obviously Harry Wilson joining the club, Adam Ida, and who else joined? Somebody else has joined this window, but I can't remember. Cabango, there we go. So now that Jack Marriott hasn't gone on loan anywhere, let me know in the comment section down below, what should I do with him now? Do we just leave him in the reserves and not play him at all, or do we still continue to play him whenever possible? The thing is with loaning him out, it would have given Duncan and Hector Ingram a lot more first team opportunities, because obviously we have got Marriott, Delap, Ida, Lawrence, Rooney, Whittaker. There's a lot of strikers here, and trying to juggle them all, it's kind of difficult. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do with Jack Marriott, but we will go simulate through this training session. I'm not too sure when the next game is. It is against Watford, which is quite funny because that's what we're going to do in about a couple of hours time in real life. It is going to be the Watford fixture pretty much when this video is uploaded. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Obviously not exactly too phenomenal, and we do have a loan off. Why is this coming? I think I'll leave that for now because it's not going to go through, because it's not going to go through until the end of the season. So it's a little bit odd. As soon as we leave the transfer window, this does get sorted out. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Be sure to leave a like rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.